goodness, dude.
Holy.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to continue working on our 2020 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. And as you've seen in the previous video, we started on our lift kit and we started removing a few factory components here, getting it ready for the Stage 2 Overland kit from Rebel Off-Road. And since we are going with a coilover conversion, we are going to chop up a few things on this factory frame. So let's just go ahead, grab some power tools, get right into it, and chop this thing up. So we just got both of the bump stops completely cut off. We also sanded it smooth and we threw some black paint that way it doesn't rust. And the next thing that we're gonna do is temporarily mount our shock tower and actually bolt it down. That way we can mark these 3 holes for our new bump stop. So let's just go ahead, get the sucker mounted, and then grab the drill. Alright, so we finally got both shock towers and bump stop brackets mounted on here loosely. They are loose right now because the actual bump stop slides in there and it all gets tightened down together, which all that stuff should actually be here tomorrow, so we're super excited about that, along with the coilovers. But it did get a little late on us because we did get an early start late in the day, so we're going to catch you guys tomorrow in the morning.
Alright guys, so it is the next day and our coilovers or bump stops are still not here, but hopefully they're here today. But for right now, we're just gonna keep on moving and we're actually gonna move on to our control arms. As you can tell, we got 8 beefy control arms, all adjustable, Johnny joints and greasable, perfect for what we're gonna be doing. So right now, we're actually gonna do the 4 on the front. We do have to measure them out for the 4.5 inch lift. I think it brings the axle forward a little bit, but later on, once we get the Jeep sitting on the ground and do alignment, we're gonna adjust them perfectly. But for right now, let's go ahead and do the front. Then we're gonna move on to the rear and start tearing it down as well.
Dang, son, so we went ahead and removed both of our stock control arms and we're just comparing the two, and look how thin this one looks. It almost looks like it's been damaged before right there.
I think it's like squished at the tips, which is kind of not a good idea because this thing can easily bend if you're like hung up on a rock or something, or if you just hit it with a hammer, this sucker will just break.
Dude, that's like a toothpick right there. I'll probably use this after dinner tonight. You eating some steak or something.
Easily, man. This one right here is about 30 pounds heavier. Check that out, dude.
That's not 30 pounds. I give it about 10 pounds. That one's probably about 5 pounds.
I'm just talking about the beefiness, you know. It's about 30 pounds, but yeah, it's nice thick metal. That's definitely not gonna get bent on the trails. Right now, we went ahead and adjusted the lower one. We're gonna go ahead and adjust the upper one, and once we get that adjusted, the axle is super loose. We're gonna put them all together, and then that's gonna be it for the front.
Alright, so we just added some beef up front here. All we're missing is the buns and the bacon, but now we're gonna actually move onto the rear and fire up the grill. All right, so there you have it. The new Bluetooth control arms are in. Dude, look at them, super beefy. Let me try.
We need to adjust them a little bit. They're too thick, but we need to just pull them back a little bit. But no, for real, we're about to actually throw on our new ones right there. We just got to put them up to spec. I think we actually pulled them out. How much do you think? Like an inch or something?
Yeah,
on the
just about
front?
an inch. Usually when you do a 4.5-inch lift kit, you can extend them about an inch, and that's about it.
Yeah, so we're about to do all 4 of these, throw these suckers back on, and then we're actually going to move on to our track bars and do the front and rear track bar, and that should be it. And if our coilovers are not here, man, we got something for them.
Dude, we got something amazing, but let's go ahead and take care of this.
Let's do it. Alright guys, so we're gonna pause for a second because I just see UPS pull up and hopefully they got our coilovers. So I'm gonna run out there and see what they got, dude.
Let's go, man. I'm super excited. Hopefully that is coilovers. I mean,
I know, right?
I do got the tracking number. They said they were about like 30 minutes away in a different city or something like that.
Hopefully
but
he doesn't give us like a little box and I'm just gonna slam it on the ground. He'd be so mad.
So run up there because he's afraid of Max. You know,
Yeah.
Max
Dangerous.
is dangerous. Look at this big old baby. You're dangerous, ain't you, boy? This boy right here will just straight up lick you to death.
Grab the dollar.
All right, I got you.
Yes, sir. Hopefully we don't do a fail right here. No brakes.
You know what? They need to invent a little handbrake for one of these dollies.
Dude, that'd be sick.
That's my invention right there. Y'all better not take it. Patent pending. You know what? I might not even throw that in there because that actually came to me just now. But dude, whatever. Forget the invention. Let's see what we got here. Ugh. Dude, these are about to be super sick. Let's crack them on open.
Let's do it.
All right, so actually before we open up those King packages, we're gonna show you guys what we got done in the rear here. As you can tell, we got all 4 control arms on and they're adjusted properly. Instead of an entire inch, we adjusted them 3/8 of an inch, which it actually calls for. And we threw in our massive coils. Dude, this thing is starting to come together. It's gonna sit super tall. I wonder what we're gonna do about this. I think it's gonna actually compress a little bit, so we're not.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna compress, and I wonder if it comes with brackets. If not, we can just screw them suckers back in and do something else about it.
Exactly. As for the sway bar here, we're gonna probably, or sway bar links, we're gonna throw that in here.
No, I just remembered something.
What is it?
I think we got braided brake lines, all 4.
Oh,
they're in the back of the Jeep. I totally forgot about that.
Dude, that's gonna look sick. So yeah, then we're gonna throw in our sway bar links, extended sway bar links. But before we do any of that, and our track bar, we forgot about the track bar. You do have to have it sitting on the ground to properly adjust it. But anyways, let's go ahead and get over to those King shocks. Goodness, dude.
Holy.
Are you telling me this is just the rear?
This is the, I think this is the
No, this
front, or is this the, this is
got-
the rear?
That's the rear. We got coilovers in the front.
Oh
dude.
yeah, dang, these are some big ones on the rear, dude. That's insane, and they're adjustable and everything, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you, we're gonna jump about 20 feet into the air.
Man,
dude.
we can just jump jumps and everything.
We're
dude.
jumping the Grand Canyon or something.
Dude.
Do something Evel Knievel style.
This is some serious off-roading right here, man. This is gonna take us places that we've never been.
Dude, exactly. We've always wanted to run coilovers or King shocks on a Jeep, and it was just too expensive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was way too expensive for us. I mean, I wanted to so bad on my TJ. I barely could get even Fox shocks on that thing. But dude, this on this 2020 Gladiator is gonna make a difference.
And we're super happy that Rebel Off-Road was able to work with us on this as well. So
yeah, huge shout out to those guys,
helping
man.
us make this possible, dude. This is amazing. But yeah, let's keep on moving. Look at those right there. We got 2 of those. Now let's see these coilovers.
Let's do that. This is the crazy stuff right here, dude. Oh,
now that's some beef right there, dude.
That is some beef.
We're talking about this Jeep. Those are beef right here. This right here is gonna turn it into a Big Mac or something.
Dang, man. This thing is huge. Is this even gonna fit up under there?
Dude, go ahead and kind of prop it up under. That is massive.
Dang.
That is gonna look so good, man.
Dude, what are we doing to this thing? I thought we were just doing a 4.5-inch lift.
I'm telling you, we're gonna have to pop wheelies or something, but dang, that looks sick. We got 2 of them, but also we got some bump stops here. Look at this. I've always wondered what this was. I've seen these on Jeeps and I was like, what the heck is that extra shock right there? This is actually a bump stop that slides into there, and it's just like a heavy duty bump stop, right?
So let's go ahead and throw everything on and get this thing sitting on the ground.
All right, so we're actually gonna stop right quick. We got another package coming in. We got FedEx actually. The other day.
More king shocks?
More parts. I was about to tell them the other day we had like UPS and FedEx at the same time.
I think they're about to fight, dude.
They're about to fight.
They're about to throw fists, but anyways.
Let's see what he got for us.
All right, guys, we actually got some more goodies for the Jeep. We're gonna put this stuff aside and keep working on that suspension. All right, guys, so we got the shocks on and they're looking absolutely sick. And we also went ahead and tightened up all the loose ends like the emergency brake line, some of the electrical components for the axle and the breather tube. Right now, we're actually gonna install our extended sway bar links right here. Then that'll probably be it for the rear end because we still gotta lower the Jeep, like we said, to tighten everything else up. And then once we get these on, we're gonna move on to the front, throw our big king shocks up there, and then we'll probably do everything else exactly the same. And then it's time to lower the Jeep after that, right?
Yeah, we're gonna lower the Jeep, tighten up the control arms, and then I think we'll do the braided brake lines probably last.
Yeah, we'll probably do the braided brake lines last, and then once we get it sitting on the ground, we'll do our track bar, and then that'll be probably it for the whole entire lift kit, dude.
And then we got another surprise, dude. It's gonna be sick. I can't wait to get to that, so let's just keep moving.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, so check this out. It's coming together real quick here. We got this shock tower nice and solid. It's bolted down. Also completed that bump stop right there. As for the shock, we just mounted the top of it. For the bottom, we did have to add a little bracket right here for this coilover, but we can't put this bolt in until we set it down on those wheels over there. So first things first is actually complete that side over there. Then we'll bring in the wheels and kind of just compress everything, put in that bolt, add these sway bars, and I think we'll get this sucker sitting on all fours.
Alright guys, so what you just seen us do is actually trim up a little bit of this spring perch. We had to cut 1/4 of an inch just so this coilover will actually go into this bolt hole because we're having problems. It was just hitting it, but right now it actually fits perfect. We even threw some black paint that way it doesn't rust. So let's go ahead and do the same thing to that side, and then we're gonna lower this thing down on these wheels and just slide this sucker in. That should be it for our coilovers, right?
Yes sir, I think that should be it. We're gonna bolt it in right there, tighten it down, torque it down, and do a couple ugga duggas, and that should be it.
Then
right?
we'll probably throw in our stock wheels.
Our stock wheels. Yeah, I want to see what it looks like with our stock wheels. It's gonna look real funny, but I think it's gonna be pretty cool.
I mean,
I
it
guess.
shouldn't look too bad. We just want to go ahead and lower all that down because we need to go ahead and tighten all these control arms, the drive shaft, everything.
And our track bars as well. Need to adjust them to the proper specs.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take care of it.
Let's do it.
So we finally completed the front coilovers and we finally got it sitting on the stock wheels, and check that out. It looks a little bit funky, but you know what? We're still not 100% done. We did have to readjust the control arms a little bit just to get that perfect drive shaft angle. We're still not done adjusting, but we're gonna take care of that tomorrow actually with our new wheels and tires. It's gonna sit up a little bit higher and it's gonna allow us to access all them bolts so we can start torquing everything down pretty much. So we'll catch you guys then.
All right, guys, so it is the next day, and as you can see, we got 4 boxes of fuel wheels right here. As you know, we already got our tires in, but we finally got our wheels in. We're super excited about these, the color choice and everything. I think it's gonna look really good on this red Jeep. So let's go ahead and actually crack one of these boxes open and show you guys exactly what they look like. Dang! Oh
my
golly.
goodness, dude. I seen these suckers in pictures and all that good stuff, dude. I knew these had to be the ones, dude.
Dude, we went with the bronze color. Look how aggressive these things look, dude. They look so good, and that bronze looks so
Go
good
ahead,
in
take
the
it out
light.
of the package there, dude. Oh my goodness, dude.
Holy dang, dude, that is gonna look sick,
dude. I'm super excited about that. You know, we had the option of going black. We could have even went red, but we just wanted to do something a little bit different. You know, everybody does black on red, so we wanted to do something like this, and I think it's gonna stand out.
Oh yeah,
amazing.
the bronze against the red and everything else, I think it's gonna flow perfectly. But dude, these look insane. You know what's gonna look even better? Our freaking 37s wrapped around these suckers. So what we need to do is, what do we need to do right now?
Right now, what we need to do is pull up the F450, load everything up, and head straight to the tire shop.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, so before we actually take off to the tire shop, we almost forgot our wheel sensors in these wheels. We did call the shop. They usually can get them, right?
Yeah, they usually can get them, but they only had 2 in stock, and it was gonna be like another week for more to come in. But we're just gonna go ahead and grab our stock wheels and tires, try to get these sensors out and throw them in our new ones. But I just wanna go ahead and mention the travel on this thing is insane, dude.
The front travel is absolutely insane, and that's where you want most of your travel to be. The rear is not too crazy, but look at that, dude.
Dude, that's crazy right there, dude.
Dude, we're gonna be calling some crazy stuff, but I think we may have to get a drive shaft. As you can tell, the angle there is not so great, but we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
Let's get these wheels and tires put together.
Let's do it. All right, so we are here at the Good To Go tire. I got my carbon fiber gloves on, that way I can move a lot quicker. But right now we're gonna go ahead and actually remove all the sensors out of the stock wheels. And then once we get that done, we're gonna bring in our fuels and mount our 37s.
So we just removed all 4 of our tires, and we also removed all 4 of our sensors. But as for the valve stem here, we're gonna leave those in the wheels because they usually rip when you try to remove them, and they do got some new ones here. So let's just go ahead, bring in our 37s and our new fuel wheels, and we'll go from there.
All right, guys, so we got everything taken care of. They look absolutely amazing, but let's go ahead, head home, and throw them on the Jeep. Back at the house here, let's go ahead, unload 4 of our wheels and tires, throw them on here, and see how this sucker sits. Alrighty guys, so we just threw on 2 wheels and it looks absolutely amazing, but we just noticed that these stock lug nuts right here will not work, so we can't set this down to see how it's gonna sit. So we're actually gonna run to the store and see if we can come up with something. All right, so we are here and we found some M14 by 1.5. We got plenty of them and they're black too. This is perfect, so let's head back home. All right, so we are back with our lug nuts. Let's go ahead and throw all 4 of these wheels on here, lower it down, and see what it looks like. Dang, son, the front is just so amazing how it has so much travel. As you can tell, the whole entire axle is just moving forwards right now, but that's just how it actuates, how it really works. Dude, that looks good. The bronze was just on point, dude. The bronze is perfect. As you can tell, the front end is leaning up a little bit. And
I'll fix it just a little bit.
There you go. Yeah, you did actually fix it a little bit. What you're really supposed to do is drive it around the block because it does need to settle. There's 2 sets of springs there.
Yeah,
one
there's
is
like a soft spring and then the actual hard spring. But
dude, that looks so good, man. That looks absolutely amazing. But we're not stopping here. We still got more things on the way.
Dude, there's more to go.
There's so much more to do. That's what I like about Jeeps, honestly, dude.
You can just keep on going. It's never ending. You know what I mean?
Endless possibilities, dude. So much room for activities here. This thing is gonna be sick when we're done with it.
Oh, definitely.
But that is gonna be a wrap for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this Gladiator build so far, but we are not done there. There's much more to come, so make sure your post notifications are on so you don't miss out on anything. And also, huge shout out to Wreckless Off-Road for hooking us up with these amazing wheels. And they do have a ton of Jeep accessories on their website as well, and they're leaving us with a discount code, so I'm gonna leave that in the link down below. And if you want an inside scoop before YouTube, definitely give us a follow on Instagram. And also, we just restocked on our hoodies, so if you wanna help support your boys, be sure to visit goonzquad.com. So with all that being said, thank you guys for all the love and support. Be sure to drop your comments and thoughts down below, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.